Hello, my beautiful people. It is I, it is her, it is she, it is Coach. And I wanted to talk to you today about the menstrual cycle because we as women, we suffer with this thing called menstruals, okay? And periods, whatever you want to call it. That time of the month, Mother Nature, the visitor, whatever you call it. She comes, right? She comes and she visits us, right? Especially those of us who are still in those ages of having that menstrual. But I want to give you a little quick story time in reference to this menstrual thing and what I had to endure to understand what was some type of clarity for myself, okay? Well, first, I want to say that I have had a menstrual and I'm only in my mid 40s and I still have a menstrual. Now, I don't know when she's going to leave and I don't know when she's not going to be seen, but I do know that at some point in my life, the menstrual had left me. And it wasn't because I was pregnant. And it was kind of scary because I was getting a menstrual and the menstrual left. It means that 1 month came in, another month came in, another month came in. And I'm asking my husband, like, well, my husband's like, hey, I haven't noticed any, using any type of female products down there, and I don't know what's going on in there. I'm just trying to make sure that you're good. And I'm like, well, I haven't had her. She hasn't come through. So assumingly, I think it's okay. But the reality of it is when I started to research and when I started to look into this thing called menstrual, it is not okay to not have a menstrual. It is not okay to have a menstrual with very bad pain. It is not okay to feel painful in that area or to have any type of cramps that take you out, because I used to have these cramps that took me out, right? But as I did my research and I understood that there was an imbalance in my body and I was either producing more of something and not a lot of something else that my body needed to actually be able to function so easily and to be able to function manageably, that it didn't cause alarm for me. I just thought that was something that that normally happens. But when I do my research and I did my research and I looked into it, it is not normal to not have a menstrual, especially if you are supposed to have one and there hasn't been any type of medical issue or medical concern or any type of surgery that has stopped that menstrual from happening, right? And on top of that, we are supposed to release. That's the cleansing of our body. It's the cleansing of the blood. And it comes out. And if it's not cleansing, what is happening? I mean, nothing's being cleansed. Nothing is happening, which means you have to look at the foods that you're eating. And you have to look at your plate and the relationship that you're having and how you're treating your body and the relationships that you have with people, the environment that you're in, because these all play a major factor when it comes to your menstrual and your health, right? And for someone like myself who literally didn't have a menstrual for over 2 years, right? Went to the doctor. My doctor said, it's okay. It'll come back. It'll be normal. It'll work its way back in. It's not something that's alarming. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't alarming to her. But it was alarming to me because for someone who has had 6 kids and for someone who has had a continuous menstrual cycle, for it to stop and it's not even that season for me to say, hey, it's over, right? Why was that happening? And so when I did the research and I dug into a little bit more about my body and the things that was happening, let's talk about how I was eating all these processed foods, okay? I'm just eating processed foods. I'm eating fatty foods, okay? I'm eating things that I shouldn't be eating. On top of that, I'm drinking, juices that I'm not supposed to be drinking instead of drinking more water and eating more, healthier foods and juicing, right? These are the things that I was not doing. But as you educate yourself and you look at what it is that you're putting into your body, you're understanding that the menstrual cycle is something that is supposed to be there, especially if that is how your body was designed and how your body was created. You are not under any circumstances as a woman of color, a woman of not of color, just a woman in general, is supposed to be having these types of painful menstruals. You're not supposed to be having these types of cramps that take you out, put you down for days at a time. You're not supposed to feel ill-willed when that time of month is coming. Those are signs and signals that something is wrong. That is the time for you to take an evaluation of self. That is a time for you to look at the things that is going on within your body to say, what is it that I'm doing, or what is it that I'm not doing to help myself? Because contrary to popular belief, the doctor does not have all the answers. The doctor cannot always give you the answer to what's going on with your body, especially if all your labs are coming back normal. Everything looks perfect. You don't seem like something's going on. And there is nothing in that blood work to say something's wrong. But you know your body. And to know your body is to trust what you feel and trust how you see yourself. To know who you are is to trust what's going on. To understand what it is that you're eating to help you move in a different way when it comes to loving on your body on purpose. So I want to give you a few tips that I have utilized to definitely take a look at my menstrual, who surprisingly has come back because of how I changed my way of eating. First thing you want to do is evaluate yourself. You want to look at your history. You want to look at the things that you do and the things that you have not been doing. You want to take a self-evaluation of your body itself, right? When did that menstrual stop? When did that pain begin? When did the cramps knock you down? Look at those things. Then the second thing is you want to evaluate your plate. What are the foods that you are eating that is causing this? Because believe it or not, a lot of the foods out here that we order out, we go out to the restaurants, and even some of the things that you bring into your home are chemicalized. They have a lot of chemicals in them. And if you're not eating more nutritious nutrients that is going to help your body, 9 times out of 10, it is in the foods that you're eating, okay? And thirdly, you definitely want to evaluate, okay, your time of the month. When do you normally get your menstrual? Why does your menstrual come that way? I know for me, I would have a menstrual twice a month, and I thought that that was normal. I know for me, I would have a menstrual, and it would run into the next month, which I know the menstrual is supposed to run like a 28-day cycle, and sometimes it doesn't even run a 28-day cycle, depending on each and every individual. As women, we're different. Right? And everybody is different. But understand that how you treat your body, what you see for your body, and how you evaluate and actually become in tune with your body makes a big difference in what it is that your body's going to produce. So I encourage you to do a self-evaluation of your health. Do a self-evaluation of your body and understand the dynamics that contributes to you having a menstrual, not having a menstrual, the pain that you're going through that comes with the menstrual, the whole knocking you down. I'm out for a whole day when it comes to a menstrual. These are not healthy things that happen to us. And when we start to really evaluate and look at the process and look at the foods that you are consuming, it is truly the chemicals that's in there. Now, granted, 9 times out of 10, it could be some things that's happening as far as your DNA, your makeup, and how everything goes accordingly. And then your menstrual cycle just in general. But you know for a fact, if you are one as myself who had a healthy menstrual, who never had any cramps, wasn't really bad, or just in general things that just didn't, it wasn't a bad situation when you had your menstrual, and all of a sudden it stops. That is a problem. That is your body saying, hello, we need to do something. That is your body saying, I'm giving you a signal and we need to figure out what's happening. And I know for me, I was eating a lot of processed foods. I was eating a lot of junk foods. I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, which then messed up my chemical imbalance. It messed up the whole entire cycle that I had going, and it stopped for 2 years. That's not good. And the crazy thing about it is that your blood work doesn't even say that something's wrong. So how can a doctor or your pharmacist, how can they help you, right? If you aren't showing signs of distress in lab work. The key is you have to look into yourself and you have to figure out how to help yourself, because everybody in every place cannot help if you're not helping yourself. And that's just key here. So again, evaluate what it is that you're doing, look within yourself, and try different approaches when it comes to your health. The key for me was to eat more whole foods from the earth. I ate a lot of greens and collards, bell peppers, mushrooms, things that I knew would help. Hemp seeds, chia seeds. I actually started taking a vegan vitamin, and I started to get out of the chemicalized way of eating and start to eat more whole foods at home and prepare my foods. And if I did go out to restaurants, I knew in advance what I was going to get, and I knew in advance what that menu entailed, and I knew what I wanted to eat, which was aligned with how I wanted my body to feel and what I needed it to produce, if that makes sense, because it does to me. So this is Coach, and I want you to have a phenomenal day. Do you know why, honey? Do you know why? Because you are above ground, and for that, you have to be thankful. So please do subscribe. Tell me in the comments how your menstrual has changed, or what you've noticed about your menstrual, and how you've done some things to help you in the long run, because it can save a life. It can help another woman that's dealing with the same type of issue. And also, it helps you to be more aware of what it is that we're doing as women when it comes to our bodies in a general sense. We have to take care of ourselves, because there is no one that's going to take care of you better than you. So do like and subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with others who may have a conversation starter, okay, in reference to thinking about this thing called menstruals. And why is it that they're stopping or not having the menstrual, especially when you're not pregnant, okay? If there is a medical condition, that's different. But if you know that you're one who does not have issues with your menstrual, I would definitely suggest talking to your healthcare provider, and I would definitely suggest doing a self-evaluation. Take note. Look at what's going on. Look at the things that you're consuming. Look at the foods that you're eating, and look at what you're doing in a whole general sense. And I guarantee you, when you start to do that and you really start to be intentional and purposeful with your health, things will start to turn around. I will catch you on the next video. Peace.